Say, great to join you today, and following that up with even more great news. Today I want to focus on two key areas of innovation that Mark mentioned, connectivity and performance. So let's start with connectivity. You know, we continue to think and behave like a technology company. When we revealed Sync back in 2007, we really couldn't have predicted how much mobile device connectivity would influence our lives and our business. You have to remember, we introduced Sync even before Apple introduced the first iPhone. So since then, obviously mobile technology has dramatically changed how people communicate, how they get information and entertainment, and even how they pay for goods and services. Back in 2007, 10 million Americans had smartphones or tablets. Today, that number is more than 160 million. And we've been paying close attention to that customer, understanding their needs, understanding their wants. And we've continued to deliver on that promise of Sync, ensuring that it's affordable and accessible to customers all over the world, that it's going to connect to devices that you own, no matter what the brand is or the model, and that it's updatable to support new devices and new services of the future. Sync right now is the most popular communications and entertainment system in the industry, with over 10 million units Sync-equipped cars and trucks on the road. And 43% of those customers say Sync was important or critically important to their purchase decision of a Ford vehicle. 77% would say they would probably or definitely recommend Sync to others. And it continues to be a differentiator. It helps our vehicles stand apart from the competition. And its overall capability is still a wow factor the first time a customer experiences it. Which brings us to today. So I'm pleased to introduce Sync 3, our next generation communications and entertainment system. It's intuitive, easy to use, responds to commands quickly. We watch and learn how people interact with their smartphones and tablets, and we develop an all-new graphical interface that looks and performs just like a smartphone or tablet, but with specific details to make it appropriate for use in a car. Ken Williams, who worked on the user interface, is going to come up and join me and help with the demonstration.
The tray is always available at the bottom, which gives you quick access to all of your domains. And you can see I would go to climate, phone, and navigation very quickly. One of the other things we try to do is make it look more like a smartphone and tablet and give you swipe and pinch to zoom functionality. So I'll give you the pinch on the nav screen here. And as you can see, we can swipe with that with just a touch. That swipe also carries through to the phone screens where you can go into your contact list, and I'll swipe through that contact menu. So it's very seamless, very what people are used to. We'll go back to navigation. One of the things we added with the navigation is what we call one-box search. So if I go to destination and I go to search, you'll see that we have one line for address entry. We want to make sure that it's similar to what people are used to with their Google smartphones. You know, they are able to just enter that address. So it's address, city, points of interest, anything. You can type in that line. So we'll go with a coffee shop. Let's go with Starbucks. Type in the ST. As you can see, Starbucks immediately showed up there. So we have some predictive text capability for points of interest. So I'll choose Starbucks right there. One of the other things we try to do is make Sync 3 very fast. It's similar to that tablet-like experience, so it's very responsive to touch. We also wanted to make it more conversational. So when you're using voice, we benchmarked all those voice technologies, wanted to make sure that we were able to say what you want to say. One of the things we try to do is for partial name recognition for POIs, such as P.F. Chang's China Bistro. Not many people understand that that's the full name for P.F. Chang's. So you can now just say P.F. Chang's, and we'll be able to recognize that with the partial name search. We also made it more conversational with address entry. So if you want to do an address such as 20,900, you can actually just say 20,900 Oakwood Boulevard. You don't have to say 20900.
Thanks, Ken. Leaders right now are providing a non-subscription-based emergency call system. We work with 911 call centers to make the information even more helpful to responders now. So in the event of a significant crash, Sync can call 911, provide the location, but also now the type of accident, whether it's front, side, rear, or rollover accident. We can also provide information of how many seatbelts were in use at the point of that accident. So we're extremely proud of helping emergency responders deliver life-saving services faster. Another feature that adds to the self-driving experience is we've added Apple's Siri eyes-free capability. This is seamlessly integrated into Sync 3. It simply works with a Bluetooth connection. All you have to do is hold down the push-to-talk button on the steering wheel, same as you would push the button on your iPhone, to initiate the conversation with Siri. Sync's also always been easy to update. To ensure compatibility with new devices, new features, new improvements, we were the first automaker to deliver software updates, and we've continued to do so with each new generation. Our first updates were delivered via ESP, and today we're excited to announce that with Sync 3, we'll be able to deliver updates over the air via a Wi-Fi connection. So just like 911 Assist, customers don't need a paid subscription to access the over-air connection. Sync 3 has a built-in Wi-Fi receiver that can be set up to connect to your home Wi-Fi while parked in the garage. And just like updating apps on your smartphone from the comfort of your living room, the car will ping your Wi-Fi network several times per month to check for updates. The installation is done all in the background, and customers will get a notification of the update. It's easy and free for customers. And owners without home Wi-Fi signal can conduct updates wherever it's more convenient for them, at a dealer or using USB. And we already have a cadence of new features that are planned for Sync 3. And finally, AppLink, our bridge to the future. Our ability to engage developers, maintain pace with new apps and services is critically important to our customers. And Ken's going to show us how easy it is to find these apps and use these apps.
You discover them on your device, they'll show up in this domain. If you have a media application or a radio, such as NPR News or things like that, they'll show up also in that audio domain, where we can go to, you'll see Pandora is running right now. We'll get some Christmas radio. But it'll also show up in this change source menu, where you can see that it's right in that running menu. You'll see that Pandora has its features available, such as thumbs up, thumbs down. You'll also have your music list available for what sources you have within Pandora. And as always, you can get this through voice application.
On that lead with AppLink, because it offers exactly what developers want: an easy to integrate API, a clean user interface to create their brand experience, clear guidance on how to create an automotive relevant experience, and access to vehicle data to help personalize the functionality. We expect to have all of our current partners, and that's more than 40 current apps, up and running on the Sync 3 platform, and many, many more when we launch next year. Okay, that's an overview of the new enhancements from Sync 3. Thanks, Ken.